Hello, and congratulations on your new award. IHCDA is excited that you are continuing with our mission of providing affordable housing for Hoosiers. In this presentation, we will provide you with key points necessary to successfully complete closeout monitoring when your project is completed. While this presentation explains high-level details, you are also required to ensure you are following the policies and procedures found in the compliance manual on the compliance website, as well as your individual award agreement requirements. If you have questions about your award or concerns that the award conditions will not be met, please contact IHCDA's Home and Housing Trust Fund Manager for assistance. Now that your award is granted, there are many steps you can take to ensure that you remain in compliance throughout the process. Remaining in compliance will ensure that you avoid potential pitfalls such as deobligation of funds, violations in tenant eligibility and/or homeowners, and being able to complete the closeout monitoring in a timely manner. Methods in which you can ensure you are ready for closeout monitoring will be explained in the upcoming slides. It is critical that all individuals within your organization are familiar with your award documents so that they are prepared for the closeout monitoring process. In addition, be sure to use the manual located at the Home CDBG and Housing Trust Fund Program Manual link on the IHCDA compliance website. You may not have contact with the closeout compliance auditors for multiple years from the date of your approved award agreement. This presentation is in an effort to ensure that you are preparing for this process in advance. When an award is completed and the property is occupied, it is referred to the closeout compliance auditors to begin monitoring. Many documents, such as the tenant homeowner eligibility, procurement, and Department of Labor standards, including but not limited to employee payroll or self-employment documents, inspections, environmental review, and so much more are required to be reviewed at this time. It is critical that you keep all documents and you have them available for the auditors to review. In the next slides, we will walk through all of the necessary documents in more detail. So why is closeout monitoring required? The purpose of monitoring is to verify that the program is progressing as planned, that necessary records are being maintained, that contracts and purchase orders are appropriate and are being met in accordance with the required procurement procedures, and that specific program requirements and objectives are being met. The purpose of an audit is to determine, upon completion of all activities, that the award was administered in accordance with all applicable state and federal laws and in full compliance with award objectives. Different documents are required depending on the program type, including home rental, homebuyer, housing trust fund, and TBRA. When the award is due for closeout monitoring, you will receive a letter from an IHCDA compliance auditor with a detailed itemization of the documents required for upload. These documents are time sensitive and must be provided by the date requested. The following documentation categories listed on this slide are required based on the type of award funded. This includes client eligibility, rental unit eligibility, home buyer eligibility, procurement, Davis-Bacon labor standards if applicable, fair housing and equal opportunity, URA, and award conditions. Please see your compliance monitoring confirmation letter for the award for all required documentation for your specific award, and be sure to keep those files updated and in order at all times.
What type of documentation is expected in each category? Client-specific paperwork is required for each award. The listed items will apply depending on the type of program. If an award is for a rental unit, a lease is required. Expired documentation may require a redetermination of tenants or home buyers. Home buyer eligibility prior to the closeout monitoring process will need to be completed. IHCDA provides templates for determining client eligibility. Required forms are noted in the Home, the CDBG, and HTF manual and must be used. You are required to ensure that you are using the most current forms that are found on the compliance website. Additionally, if other supporting documentation is necessary, this must be maintained with the client documents. Other supporting documentation may include proof of exemption, such as disability or dependent deduction, child support orders, etc. You must make these available to the auditor. Procurement. Procurement and award condition documentation is a vital part of the closeout documentation review. Not all of the above items are required for all awards. Your auditor will ensure that you are made aware at the time of closeout monitoring what documentation you must provide. Additionally, at the time your award is approved, you may visit the compliance website referenced throughout this presentation to ensure you are aware of your individual requirements in advance. If you have an award that triggers Davis-Bacon, additional requirements are in place for the award. You must participate in a Davis-Bacon training during the pre-construction meeting. Please ensure that you have become familiar with the requirements documented in the reference manual specific to Davis-Bacon. This is currently found in Chapter 7. Fair housing and equal opportunity requirements apply to all funded awards. Any tenant signed documentation that you create must include the fair housing and equal opportunity logos. This would include leases and lease addendums, applications, and any other forms that require signatures. Uniform Relocation Assistance, or URA, as well as property acquisition requirements may apply as needed. Please be certain that you keep your records of any and all expenses pertaining to relocation or temporary housing. The property acquisition is applicable, is also required to be provided to the auditor at the time of closeout monitoring. Tenant-based rental assistance has some specific requirements that are different than other home funded awards. Please note that you must also comply with the requirements of the TBR manual from IHCDA's Permanent Supportive Housing Team. Things to know about the closeout process. The closeout process. The closeout process is considered closed when the following requirements and process have been completed. Construction work has been completed, physical inspection completed by an IHCA inspector, and a final inspection letter has been received. Closeout monitoring completed and results letter issued by the IHCDA compliance auditor. All findings and concerns in results letters have been addressed and they have been corrected. Clearance letter issued by the IHCDA compliance auditor. All claims have been dispersed through IHCDA Financial Department. You have received your signed and dated closeout letter from IHCDA. IHCDA provides resources within IHCDA Real Estate Compliance landing page. In addition, you may have other requirements, manuals, or program specific policies such as the TBR manual, the Home Buyer manual, or the Permanent Supportive Housing manual. It is essential to ensure your organization is familiar with all the resources to assist in compliance. Failure to prepare for closeout monitoring. It can result with the following negative consequences. It can affect you in recapture of repayment of award funds, negative points on future applications, rejection of future awards, and increased reporting requirements and inspection fees, or even suspension or debarment. Things to remember. Make sure you keep your files organized. Contact your compliance auditor early with questions. Make sure you watch your expiration dates on all your forms and you verify your signatures and dates. Initial and make sure that you date any errors. Make sure you use resourceful materials, ongoing requirements, ensuring ongoing compliance reporting completed timely. If you make an error on a tenant home buyer document, make sure to initial the error and date it. Do not use correction fluid or tape, etc. We are here to help you successfully house individuals. So please make sure you feel free to reach out to us with any questions. It is better to ask in advance than try to correct it at the end of the process. We thank you for watching. Please acknowledge completion of this training by filling out the JOT form questionnaire at the link in your email by the due date specified. If you have any questions, please contact our IHCDA Real Estate Compliance team. Thank you.